Welcome back, YouTube, to my part 3 of the series where I create my tentacle decorations. Um, so in our previous video we've added a bunch of different variations of our decoration here. There's a bunch of different movements, but it's still quite boring and inefficient, so let's get back to editor here. So for the sake of this video I won't go into too much details and complications here. However, I did go into more complicated stuff on my main project here, but for the sake of this video I'm gonna keep things very simple here for now. So if we go back to the original file, you may have noticed that we edited only this one. So I'm not gonna go over with this one, but basically it's a raising barrier, so that goes from A, B, C, D, and it's has a flag monster, so basically it's just a bit more complicated, but it's quite simple actually. So I'm not gonna go in this series over this. If you guys are interested, I can address that later in the future videos. But for now, let's handle this one. So if we go back to our editor here, so what I did in my previous video, I've created a bunch of different variants for my actor here, and I've given them a different spawn numbers. So there is a problem that we have limited spawn numbers here. I've already used 14 of the variants here, so that's a bit of inefficient. So what I want to do now is I'm gonna just delete those here. So now that we've deleted our spawn numbers, there's one command I want to use, which is this one. So basically it allows me to spawn as a random spawner under one spawn ID a bunch of different actors, or in this case items. So I'm gonna just copy this and I'm gonna paste it into my editor Slade here, and I'm gonna name this tentacle barrier, and I'm gonna give it a just the first I've used spawn number. So now it's quite simple. I just have to put every single one of my different variants here under one spawner here. When you are editing your Doom mod via Slade and you have a Doom Builder opened up, you gotta be extremely cautious, because every single changes you made in the map, if the Slade is opened, it may override our builder, so builder won't save anything that you've done into the map, and will get back to its previous save or state. So that's what happened here, because we had our map much longer, much more prepared for our test subjects here. So now I have to just redo this all over again. Once you've made your changes for your map and you are happy with it, I would strongly suggest to save your changes on Slade, you close it down, and then you have to save your map. Only then you can just open it up again, and now voila, it's saved, and it has all the changes that you just made. So let's get back to our editor. So again, we have one spawn number, and we have one randomizer with all of our variants under one actor. So since I've just opened my Doom Builder, I don't have to do it again, so it doesn't have to load my new changes. There it is, our spawner under one name. So if I just put in bunch of different, I mean, not different, but rather same actors here in my map, once I will launch it, I should have a different, a variance of my actor under one name. So I've just, instead of 14 spawn numbers, I've just put it all of them under one. So since this is just a decoration, the rotation of the actor in game doesn't really matter. It's not a monster, but we can just now try and launch our game and see what happens. So as you can see, it worked. It just randomizes my actor. I can put it in map whatever I want, and it's gonna be different all the time. So it's still quite boring. So what I want to do now, I've just wrote my scripts for my actors here, and the key points of the script is these two spots on every actor copy. So what I want to do now is just copy my decorate file. Now we have two identical files. They would overlap if I just launched my game now. However, in my first video, I've took my add-on, I've photoshopped all of these sprites, and I've just renamed those and made another set by horizontally flipping those. So we want to quickly add the flipped ones to my decorate file here. So what I want to do now is just find the original word and replace that with inverted. So now game will recognize more 14 sets of additional actors. However, as of now, they still have the same texture, which is 10.0. So we want to do is just 10.0, replace that with our new set, which was 10 WAD. So now all I have to do is just add in another spawn number and save that. So back at Doom Builder. So if I launch my game now, we would still see our old files. So I have to add my new set into my map. So let's do that now quickly. And as you can see, if I click my things editor in my Doom Builder, I can see my new sets of random spawners. So I just add those here, I just save it, and we can start launching our game. So as you can see, it worked. We have I think my original, the first one was on the right side, and my inverted set is on the left side. So again, it's just inverted set, it randomizes and it works quite well. Alright, back to editor. So next what I want to do is to just basically combine both decorate files. So let's maybe just put a marker on them. So original and let's put it here as inverted ones. So now we can just select all of that. Let's cut it out and just put it at a bottom of our decorate folder, main file. Okay, there's our marker. And now let's just add this spawner as well. There we are. Okay, so I will save this one. If I just cut this out and won't do any and won't insert anything, it won't save. So if I want to a empty file, I would just have to just put it space or something, so it would just be one digit and would save. But for now I don't need this anymore. So what I want to do now is just create another spawner. Okay, and let's close our function and let's just delete our spawn IDs. Make the first one, and I'm gonna name this one as a tentacle barrier, and this one will either spawn the original ones or either spawn inverted ones. So basically it's either this with these or this with these. So again, I'm gonna save my Slade's WAD. I'm gonna close this one. I will save my Doom Builder. I'm gonna open my Doom Builder again. And I can again open my Slade file. So now if I just select all of my actors and will replace them with my new randomizer, I hit save and let's see what happens now. So as you can see, it worked. We have a bunch of different movements. Every spawn is a different one. It's either inverted or not, and it's one of the 14 I've made. So basically it's every actor which I spawn, it's 1 out of 28 variants. So which this way I can save my spawn numbers. So if I have my megawatt and I want to like maybe add a bunch of stuff in it, so that way I just save my spawn number IDs, and it's just quite simple to put it in a map and not to have to worry about duplications, or just makes look more good, you know. So let's get back to editor now. And thank you guys for watching this one. I hope I will see you in the next video.